Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel for another layout. Today I am working with the September kit, which is called Follow Your Bliss from Papers and Beyond. This collection features both collections from Vicki Boutin's Field Notes and Jen Hadfield's My Bright Life, with the addition of some other pieces like Chamel's Wooden Buttons and a few other pieces. Now I want to apologize by saying that I did a tiny bit of mixed media. It's not even mixed media. It's just the packaging technique there you see in the background. But for some reason, my camera was not recording. And thankfully, I realized this before I completed the layout. So I apologize, but I'll just tell you that I just did a simple packaging technique using some Distress ink in Faded Jeans and just some splatters of gold with the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in the gold. Now I've placed it off to the side. I'm just waiting for it to kind of dry. I didn't want to use my heat gun because I notice I don't gesso at all. So, and that's because I'm a lazy scrapper. But I noticed that if I use my heat gun that the paper warps a lot more than if I just let it dry naturally. I know it's going to warp regardless because there's water here. And, you know, I just can't avoid that. But just being a little patient and letting it dry on its own kind of helps. So the paper, that background paper that I'm using is from Vicki Boutin's Field Notes, and I just love it. Like, this paper spoke to me. Usually I hoard, my favorite papers and don't use them right away because I'm like, oh, I gotta find, like perfect use for this. But as soon as I ripped into my September kit, I was like, this paper is getting used first, and that's it. So it's just beautiful. It's black and white floral wreath. On this beautiful kind of like blush colored background. It's just perfect. So I'm scrapbooking a photo of my littles and we had gone out for the day on a big adventure. That's what my oldest one calls them. That's when we're out of the house for a long time and go like a long distance away. So, and this was towards the end of the day, and I treated them to, well, my husband and I treated them to some ice cream, and they were just happy little campers and smiled and posed for the most perfect picture, my favorite picture of all time. The butterflies are from Vicki Boutin's line. They are a piece of paper. You saw that I showed you there. I just fussy cut them, and I didn't show you that either because I did that while I was watching TV. And so I don't think that took more than like 15 minutes. And I'm just using my hot glue gun here to adhere the butterflies down. Just a tiny bit of glue in the center because I'm going to fold up the wings so that they look like the butterflies look like they're in flight. The thickers that I'm using are from Vicki Boutin as well. And I'm going to use the Collect Moments. This is all in Vicki Boutin's own handwriting. And so she's got beautiful handwriting and I love it. And the thickers here are like a black kind of vinyl. And I'm just using a bit more wet glue just to secure them down. And the photo is tilted a bit and so are the words. So the whole piece, like piece as a whole is, kind of, first of all, it's off center, but it's also tilted. So it tilts upwards, if you guys can tell. I know you're going to have to turn your heads a bit, but. So I'm going through the Vicki Boutin ephemera here. And they're just the most beautiful florals. Like, I think I'm going to have to pick up another pack of these because they're just gorgeous. How do I not just use everything in this collection on one layout? Like, I really had to try hard. And this piece, it says, "Find me where the wild things are." First of all, I believe it's from a song from Alessia Cara. Find me where the wild things are. And I just sang for you. Wow. Okay, so yeah, it's from that song, but it totally reminds me of my kids because they are always where, I don't want to say where they're not supposed to be, but they're curious little buggers and, they're something else and adventurous, and I love that. They love, being adventurous and being out and about and, you know, they talk to everybody, they say hello to everybody, and they get that from their dad. And it's something that I admire because this introvert, you know, cringes when somebody like tries to start a conversation with her, because not because I don't want to, but because my anxiety kicks in, and you know, in the pit of my stomach I feel sick, but not because I don't want to speak to the person, but because I just get really nervous. So I'm taking some blue thread. It matches pretty well with the colors of the collection, and just adding it in the background there for some texture and some visual interest. I'm also taking some of these hearts from the collection, which are absolutely perfection. Love them. I love the like the cross hatching on them, the like little plus signs. Are they plus signs? Crosses? I don't know. Yeah, so those are perfect. I'm just, you know, tucking away, adding some extra pieces. Nothing overly complicated in this case because that background had a lot going on with the wreath, and then I added the butterflies to that as well. So I tried not to go nuts. So I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm deciding I need more thread. So I think, I'm pretty sure that this thread is going to go in the top right hand corner of the photo. Yep. And I just stick that in. I like the metallic thread for me always gives me a hard time, and then I can't get it off my fingers. See, like right there. And so yeah, it just, because it's metallic, I guess it's stiffer and just doesn't sit as nicely as a regular thread does. I just decided to pull it all out and tuck it back in. Use some glue just to adhere it all in there. I don't really know where I went right here. Oh, more thread. I was actually still sitting there. I just did that off camera. And so yeah, I'm really enjoying working with this September kit from Papers and Beyond. I'll leave the links to the shop in the description box below. If you're Canadian, guys, they're local. Like they're Canadian and they're local. The pricing is in Canadian funds on their website. So, you know, and Lizzie, the owner, is incredible. She's so kind. And I'm really enjoying designing for them. I decided to stay on instead of being just a guest designer. I've decided to stay on, and I'm honored that she'll have me. So yeah, so check them out. You'll find the links down in the description box. Yeah, I'm still adding butterflies. I had them cut out, so I figured why not, right? But I think this last one I don't use. I just felt like it was overkill. Here comes a Heidi Swap Color Shine. I know I already used the gold and there's some gold splatters, but a little more gold splatter never hurt anybody. It's actually good for the soul. Did you guys know that? Gold splatter, any kind of splatter is good for the soul. I hope you guys enjoyed my layout. I have a couple more projects using this kit on my channel coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click the notification bell if you guys haven't already, and you guys will be notified next time my videos get uploaded. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.